Hey guys, in this video, I'll teach you how to get to 200 motion very easily. I will also provide some alternatives. There's so many cutscenes, and like every 10 levels you have to go through another cutscene and it's so annoying. You need it for your job changes. You can leave early, but you're gonna have to go back for the cutscenes and job change anyways. So starting off, you can leave early, like around level 15 or so. I forgot. I'm not going through 3 hours worth of footage. But anyways, I recommend you just do the whole storyline. Even if you can leave early when you get to storage, just do the whole storyline till you can't do anything anymore. Like I mentioned earlier, you see a lot of these like cutscenes every 10 levels or so after level 30. It's super annoying, but you have to do it. After level 30, you do get a second job and you can kind of just grind it out. Although I would get third job just to make it like a bit easier because you get this OP toggle. Up to you. But you basically use the same skill like over and over again. And every other skill you get from like second, third, and fourth job is kind of like extra skills you don't really use for mobbing or passives. The only buff you have is your Maple Warrior, and you only have the one toggle too. So you see here, I have a lot of crit rate, mostly because my Legion and my artifacts. You definitely don't need that much crit, and you get even more later on. So honestly, you don't need like a lot of crit. This is my training setup for pretty much the whole journey. Get EXP and damage. Also, Mo Xuan shares a cash shop with Lin. Again, just go through the storyline. I do leave, but trust me, just do the storyline. I'm gonna skip ahead. When you reach level 30, don't forget about the level up support. You get new weapons and armors, but honestly, you don't need it. You also get a Terrorburn coupon to 200 for Mo Xuan. I recommend you use this on him. The Hyperburn and this level up support kind of overlap with rewards, but I mean, it's whatever. You do get a lot of coupons and things, so you don't really need to use the Terrorburn, but this is about how to level up Mo Xuan really fast. As I mentioned before, just do the storyline. Over here, I did leave and grind it till like level 60, but I had to go back here anyways and do the whole storyline stuff. You could do the same, but it just wastes of time. I know it's kind of blurry and hard to see, but there's like this foot skill. That's basically your main mobby skill, so make sure you just use that. I thought it was an upgraded version of the first shop skill, but no, it's a totally different skill. It just has a way better range than the punch one. So if you really want to, you could just grind it out to 101. I tend to stick around mobs 10 above my level. Or even like around 20, just because you level up so fast with getting 3 levels instead of 1. And I don't like moving too much. But around 10 above your level is a nice sweet spot. When you hit third job, this is your toggle I was talking about. You don't even have to attack for it to proc. It's really strong, and yeah, just be careful with this skill. You can cast someone or, you know, break boxes even in bossing. This is why I recommend getting third job at least, but it's a personal choice. You don't really need this skill. And you see here, I still grinded to like 100. And I did have to go back for fourth job, which I got lost in, but I'll explain that in a bit later. So you have to check your white light bulb pretty often, and you see where it says whatever level job required. Yeah, you have to do all of those, and there's like every 10 levels or so. Up to like 200. It's very annoying, and all the cutscenes are very long. So if you're stuck on can't job advance, check your white light bulb or any advancements. Also, upon hitting 101, make sure you claim all the event stuff from the Victoria Cup, because I will be using that in a bit. So my strat is using the stamp shop for the Strawberry Farm tickets, and I buy all 5. 2 is all you need from 101 to 200. It's more than enough. Make sure you put on your proper Legion, your proper links. And after 140, you can leave and come back and spec into some EXP if you want to. Also, pots don't work inside, so you have to do this before you go in. And that's pretty much it. Also, when you enter, you lose all your buffs. So it's very important you turn on your toggle each time you go in. After your first ticket, you can just grab all the new stuff you get from 150. Honestly, you don't even need it. I was still one-shotting without it, but you can if you need the damage. If you're here just for 200, then yes, you are done, and thanks for watching. Good luck with your journey. I hope all the tips helped. Now for me, I'm pushing for 250 just for the Legion. There's no reason to go to 260 unless you want to have as like a boss meal or new main or something. So if you're here for my plans, then stick around. Of course, you want to do your dailies, so I do that, and Monster Park and stuff. And then all the event stuff too. In this current recording, this was before reset, so I'm gonna overlap again. So we'll be taking advantage of the events. I know some of the stuff is like capped to, 3 times a week or 5 times a week, whatever, but yeah, after the cap, I'm just not gonna do it. I will only be doing dailies and Monster Park. So starting off, I will be doing this thingy. I did dump 1,000 notes into Mo Xuan. It helps a lot because my damage was falling off. I will post a screenshot of the try notes. And I did max out my whole symbol. And I threw in dice. Make sure you recast the dice to number 6 when you enter for the EXP. These tickets will reset every single week on Wednesday. So I'll be doing Strawberry Farm 5 times a week until maybe like 2:30. Because it really falls off after that. But then it just dailies a Monster Park. Also, after every single run of Strawberry Farm, don't forget to spec it to your hyperstats for more EXP. And don't forget to do your pre-quests for the next areas if you reach the next milestone. Because you want your next symbol to get stronger. And just killing less mobs. And if you cap on the minigames, you also get these EXP vouchers, which I will also be using on Mo Xuan whenever I can. And then of course, when I'm sleeping, I'll be AFKing in these paper planes. So you have to be in the event map, and you gotta find a free spot. And then you go to your beginner skill tab and just double click on the skill. And if you're on the plane, you will build up EXP passively. But since spams are everywhere, I'm gonna grab my Cadena and then yeah, AFK on here whenever I sleep. But yeah, dailies a Monster Park on my Mo Xuan in the meantime. I did the same thing for my other 250 meals and even Tanjiro, and it's a slow process, but I mean, if you have so many other characters to do or so much boss meals, it's not bad. You got 6 weeks, it's plenty of time. Anyways, once again, thanks for watching. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one.